Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Today, I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs. I am looking at the week of July 27th through August 2nd. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming, so we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I will put timestamps in as soon as the live stream is over. And I'm just checking to make sure we're good everywhere. All right, so we did talk about the astrology already on Tuesday night, guys. I'm calling it singles week because we have a conjunction with the sun and Mercury, and then we have Venus moving into Cancer. So this energy very strongly putting a spotlight on those of you that are single and maybe looking for new love or new relationship, that type of energy. Please remember Mercury is still retrograde, so we are dealing with a lot of energy of people from the past returning and that type of thing. But again, we talked all about that on Tuesday night. Vanessa joining us over on Facebook. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to jump right in with Aries. I'm going to try to get through these as quickly and smoothly as possible. I feel like every time I say that, they're long. So hopefully today's it should be short and sweet. Thank you so much. I thought I heard a little bit of an echo when I very first started, but I'm not getting any notifications, so we're just gonna run with it, right? All right, let's start with Aries. Let's timestamp. Let's do 2 minutes even. So I pulled out a few different cards today. I'm going to start out with the Sacred Traveler, and I'm going to pull energy of the week. I'm going to use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle for the main spread. And then we'll pull some guidance from angels and ancestors. All right, Aries, July 27th through August 2nd. Rejuvenating rain comes out. Clear the past and heal the present. I feel like I've been getting that card specifically a lot just in the last week, in the last 7 days, Aries. It does feel like there's something from your past that maybe still has some type of attachment, some type of resolution or closure needs to be brought. Again, Mercury is retrograde. When it comes into conjunction with the sun, it's definitely going to, and it's in Leo, right? Leo's a very passionate sign, Aries. You know this, right? Fellow fire sign. So I feel like it's this energy of quick sparks, quick conversations. All right, challenge or obstacle for Aries. Have choices coming out. My ears are ringing. I don't know. It seems like the last couple of lives, I've had this weird type of nervousness, my ears ringing really loudly. So it's really interesting, right? All right, Aries, choices. You have to choose between something or someone. Lesson learned, we have intuition. So it is that energy of trust your gut, and new beginnings is going to be the outcome. Expression is on the bottom, so it is giving me some type of confirmation that there is some type of conversation. Energy from the past returning. Throat chakra is getting me, so it's like there's challenging or challenges when it comes to communication. All right, we're going to use Triple Goddess Tarot tonight to clarify. So let's start with clear the past and heal the present. So we have Queen of Swords coming out. She's taking her mask off. So it is about speaking some type of truth. But she's also fighting some type of, I almost said war, but I don't really think that's what it is. She has her walls up for sure. Choices, we have Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is actually about having patience. But it is the card that says you're almost there. So it's very possible that maybe you thought you didn't have any choices, Aries, or you had minimal choices. And I think it's possible this week that if you can communicate authentically and speak your truth in some way, bring some type of resolution, I do feel like you're going to be able to harvest some of whatever the fruit is, like whatever the work is you've been doing. Normally, when we see Seven of Pentacles, the pentacles are all on the ground and they're kind of scattered everywhere. It's actually my clue card for a shit show, right? Um, but I decided to use the Triple Goddess Tarot. And in the Triple Goddess Tarot, she's already starting to pick some of the fruit from the tree. So it is this energy of whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been growing, it's like you're going to be able to use some of that. Not all of it, but some of it. It's the card that also says, like, don't overpick. Like, don't overuse. All right, intuition is lesson learned. So it's like your gut. You're going to be able to trust your gut. You're going to be able to know. The bridge in the background is sticking out to me. So we have Five of Pentacles coming out, but it is coming out in reverse. Five of Pentacles is normally challenges, Aries. So if you've been struggling to trust your intuition or trust yourself or the little voice in your head, right? Like this definitely wouldn't be the week. Especially if you have someone from your past returning, especially if there's some truth that needs to be spoken. New beginnings, we have Four of Cups. Four of Cups did come out in reverse. I normally don't like reading the reversals because it's all about the energy. It doesn't really matter if the card is upside up, down, whatever. New beginnings is the outcome, right? So Four of Cups is this energy that talks about ignoring something, not paying attention to something. When it comes out in reverse, it's almost like you trust yourself to make the right choice this week. And what you choose is some type of leaving something in the past and a completely new road, a completely new beginning. Temperance is on the bottom. Temperance is Sagittarius energies. In my journey, we both have Sagittarius moons. All right, angels and ancestors, here's our guidance. We have shaman, trust in higher forces. It's giving me that trust your intuition, trust your gut. Heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. And last one, the winter card, take care of your needs. It's definitely this energy of, I don't know, it's pretty easy. So I feel like someone from your past returns, Mercury retrograde, easy cheesy, right? I do feel like you may think that it's a challenging choice that you have to make, but actually you realize like how much work you've put into yourself. You've been choosing yourself for a long time, Aries. It's not as challenging for you to trust your gut or your intuition with the situation. And I feel like you don't ignore the opportunity that this is going to bring. And that opportunity is some type of cleansing, some type of healing, and this energy of where you're able to choose yourself, move forward, and not have anything left like holding on to you or anything in your past that you feel like you still need to clear. All right. Moonology for Aries to close it out. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Aries always the guinea pig. I never know like how they're going to turn out. Confidence is your key to success. It's new moon in Leo. And balance, spirituality, and practicality, it's full moon in Pisces. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Aries. I hope that was helpful. Welcome, ladies. I see everyone coming in. I was running just a couple minutes late. I see Sandra. I see Dina, Diana. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. All right, so now we're going to do Leo. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I go timestamp. I guess we need to talk about the energies just a little bit. So, how's everybody feeling? Has anybody checked the Schumann? I feel like we're experiencing some pretty interesting and, of course, break breakthrough or like first time or all of that kind of stuff. Especially in the Schumann. I don't know if you guys watch it regularly, but normally there's nothing on the bottom of the chart, right? So to see all this energy on the bottom is pretty significant. And what that means, I mean, I have no idea, right? But I feel like we can feel it, right? I feel like we can feel it. Um, I feel like I'm tired of saying that it feels like something's here or something's building because it definitely does. But now it feels like it's here. And what I've noticed from doing like your private readings or your like one-on-ones is that collectively, and I don't mean just us, I mean like all over the world, it seems like collectively we're all integrating. Some of us know like what's happening and we're doing it consciously. And I feel like some people don't even realize what's happening and they're doing it subconsciously. The interesting thing to me to be on this side of the screen and see all of you out there is to realize that it's all happening at the same time, right? So I mean, Sandra says I've been testy the last week. It kind of feels like we're on edge. I'm not going to talk about things like spiritual attacks and stuff like that because I'm just not at that level. Just highly protected. Um, but it feels I like remember in the Aries reading I almost said war. Like I almost said if you guys were here at the beginning, there was something that was coming out and I almost used the word war. I I don't know how to like I just don't know how to say it, but it just seems like there's definitely this testing of good and bad and dark and light and up and down and all the things, right? And some people really believe that there are like huge, like galactic wars happening right above our heads, like right now. Some people really honestly believe that. I can't say because, like, for me personally, because spirit doesn't talk to me, doesn't show me that type of stuff. It may just be because like my little Rosa brain can't only handle so much stuff, right? Like that's very possible. um, but what I'll say is it feels like this energy has been happening for a long, like, I don't know, months, weeks, months. I would say months. Um, it feels like there's so much happening everywhere, all around the world, like internally in our own personal bodies, and then what's happening in our everyday life with our jobs and our families and our friends, and then what's happening like in the community, in our states, in our governments, and the U.S. in general, and then the world, and then I mean, it just keeps going. You see what I'm trying to say? And it definitely feels like for those of us that are, I can't speak on other types of awake. Like I didn't do a bunch of drugs and have a spiritual awakening. That just wasn't my route. I didn't have like a bad car accident and have a spiritual awakening. That wasn't my route. I didn't lose a family member or a close loved one, and experience a spontaneous awakening. That wasn't my route, right? This journey that I'm doing here on PLR, this is what happened to me, and this is like why I'm having a spiritual awakening. So I can really only talk on that, right? And I feel like for those of us that are having that type, this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, we've been feeling like the bad was winning. That's about as easily as I can say that, right? Like we felt like the bad was winning. Um, and I feel like there's a reason that we can feel that and that we felt it so heavy for so long, for so many months. And there is this energy of like the good, and I'm not trying to say like we're bad and who's good or none of that, but I just, however you need to take it, right? The labels, y'all, get on my nerves so bad, the labels. But it seems like the good has gotten a couple jabs in. You know what I'm trying to say? And it feels like that's giving us a confidence. For many divine feminine energies, it's like we've started to integrate our shadow self, and we've become proud of that, right? And so it's weird because right now there definitely seems to be, and when I say like the wars between good and bad and up and down and light and dark, that's between the masculine and the feminine as well. Do you guys see that? And the interesting part to me is that these energies know that they have to work together and come together. But it's like at this moment, they're taking some type of stance. It's weird, right? It's interesting. But anyway, that's the energies. Sandra says maybe that would explain the shape of our world right now. Galactic battle. Yes, like for real. That's really um yeah. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part of this journey. I know that like eventually it's going to happen. Like I know eventually I'm going to have to like veer off into the unknown, right? To learn more things. Um my mom, I don't know, she gave me some PTSD when it comes to like things not of this world. And so it's like I don't want to like venture somewhere I can't come back from. You know what I mean? So like people send me stuff, right? Like you guys are always sending me stuff about, extraterrestrials and life on other planet, all that. And I'm not saying like, of course there is. I'm not denying it at all. I'm just saying that like me personally, I haven't really went and like done any type of work in that area or that department. And it's like, I don't know. If there's something I'm chicken of or something, that's probably it, right? And the interesting part is I'm one of those people that have the weird blood, right? So it's like they can only trace our blood type back so long. So it's like, I don't know why I should be so scared. All right, 2102 for Leo for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. The twos are sticking out to me for sure. But the interesting part was that I was actually going to talk about missing time. That was the whole reason of me bringing up like the energy and why we're all feeling all this like weird stuff that's happening. How many of you feel like you're missing time? Maybe it's just Leo. Leo is my second house. So I just want to say, yes, definitely missing some time in that area. But Leo, and of course, we're in the Leo season. And like, today I'm live streaming, it's Leo new moon, like right now. So I feel like there's going to be something about this new moon, this new start, this Leo season, um, that's going to have something to do with like the missing time or the rush time or the time feeling like it's going super fast. The reset, the feeling like something is resetting, right? Like the energy is shifting in some type of way. It's all going to have something to do with the Leo energy, right? All right, challenge or obstacle. We have vast vistas. I don't know why I said that. Energy of the week. Vast vistas. It's expand your horizons. Think outside the box. It's almost like the box is open. Sunlight. You see the light, and there's this energy of taking some type of new path. All right, challenge or obstacle for Leo. We have awakening coming out. So I was just talking about spiritual awakening right at the beginning, right before Leo's timestamp. Lesson learned. We have gratitude coming out, and we have purity coming out. Look at that, Leo. Wow. Reflection is on the bottom. So you may have been doing a lot of self-reflection. Maybe somebody's been doing some shadow work. I know there's some Leos out there doing shadow work because you guys got my journal. I love you guys, by the way. I think we've gotten two more coming out next week. And then, guys, I almost forgot to tell you, we have new merch shirts coming out as well. So that's exciting, right? It's all the Leo energy. It's about this like rebranding, restart, renew type of thing. So that's pretty interesting. I feel like you've come to, purity and purifying, that is one of the stages. It is like one of the steps, right? In your enlightenment journey. All right, so I feel like this is going to be a Leo who's kind of felt like they've been trapped in this box, not able to explore, not able to like branch out. I do feel like challenge or obstacle could have been their spiritual awakening for whatever reason, maybe just like resisting that energy. Gratitude is lesson learned. So it's very possible something happens like now maybe Leo new moon, right? That brings this immense gratitude. But I feel like it can't be something that's like at the beginning, because purity would be something that's like at the end, right? So it's like this gratitude has been building over time. All right, so we have the World coming out in reverse. We have the Three of Wands coming out, and we have the Seven of Wands coming out in reverse. So it's very possible that you felt Saturn. The World is also Saturn energy, and Saturn is in that retrograde in Aries right now. So it's very possible, Leo, that you have felt limited or restricted or held back in some way. With the Seven of Wands, the thing that sticks out to me the most is the child. It's almost like someone had to protect you, Leo. You weren't quite ready. You weren't quite, like you didn't have the experience. You weren't quite at a certain level. All right, awakening. We have Nine of Wands coming out. Nine of Wands is energy of like perseverance, persistence, consistency, not giving up. With gratitude, Ace of Wands comes out. Ace of Wands is fate and destiny. So whatever the gratitude is that you have that has gotten you through your awakening, or that has helped you persevere or push through, Leo, it's like this energy was fated, it was destined, it was spirit's will, right? Purity is here, and purity is the outcome of any spiritual awakening. But it is this energy of like you've reached some type of goal, you've reached some type of level, enlightenment level. Look at this. The Ace of Swords comes out. So you have two big aces. Ace of Swords is also clarity and understanding. I heard a thing today, Leo. I want to say I posted it. I may have posted it yesterday on my Facebook. I think I posted it on my personal Facebook, but it said something like, I can't remember exactly word for word, but it was something like, when you can have clarity of mind, like you can think things through calmly and peacefully without having to like be frantic or feel like you're always in chaos, right? Like that in itself is something to have immense gratitude for. Like I want to say the phrase I put or posted said something like, that's the richest of the richest, right? Is when you can have mental clarity. Queen of Wands is on the bottom. It was in reverse. So it's this energy of um, maybe you felt like you had imposter syndrome. You didn't feel confident enough to like take your throne type of energy, Leo. So coming out in reverse is like you've overcome that energy. And that's interesting because I know that's really true for me. Like I definitely struggled with imposter syndrome. I used to tell you guys, like I was out here having this awakening and doing these readings and sharing my journey with you guys. And I was literally kicking and screaming. Like I wasn't like a willing participant. I will say like I definitely have surrendered more, right? I do have much more gratitude, all of those things. But I don't know. I lost it. I don't know what I was going to say just then. Totally dropped it. Sometimes I feel like I forgot what I was going to say, but sometimes I feel like Spirit's like, nope. Maybe that was a nope. All right, here's guidance for Leo. Seer card comes out. How interesting. It says, see beyond the current situation. The Earth Mother card comes out. Feel loved and comforted. Honor your inner knowing is on the bottom. It normally comes back. It's not coming back. It's like completely white. All right. Moonology for Leo. Look at the bigger picture. It's full moon in Sagittarius, and have faith in your dreams. It's waxing crescent moon. Leo, definitely unstuck. I feel like spiritual awakening definitely could have been challenging for Leo, right? Not an easy journey. Not flowing as smoothly as Leo would like. But I do feel that this is some type of week of leveling up. And I think the purity is the clarity, which is so interesting because I swear I was going to say something for Leo. And then it's like, it just got white. All right, Sagittarius is next. It'll be one of those things where it'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'll jump up. I'll message Sandra. All right, let's do 3151 for Sagittarius. So this is going to be July 27th through August 2nd. And we do have Venus and Cancer energy. And the Sun and Mercury kissing. The Sun and Mercury conjunction. Remember, I feel like everybody's going to forget that Mercury is retrograde. But the Sun kind of puts a big spotlight on that energy, right? But then it's also in Leo. So very passionate, very feisty. All right, energy of the week, Sagittarius. We have taking shelter. The answers are within. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons is on the bottom. There's this energy of someone coming to your home. This person could be bringing some type of, I was going to say light, but I heard enlightenment. I don't think it's spiritual. I feel like it's communication. I feel like someone is coming to tell you something super specific. All right, challenge your obstacle. We have surrender coming out. Power is lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, and reflection is here. I'm not liking it. I'll tell you that right now. Change is on the bottom. I don't know. There's this there's this energy of someone. It was very direct, coming to your home to give you some type of information, something you don't know. It's like they're shining a light on something. That's almost the part I don't like. That might just be like the Aries in me. It's like I feel like I know everything. So it's like, what are you coming to tell me that I don't already know? And then the challenge or obstacle for Sagittarius is you have to surrender. Spirit wants you to like listen. And I'm like, well, not only do you have to listen, but it's going to cause some type of self-reflection. Look at the mirror in the background. All right, taking shelter. The answers are within. It shows like a little cabin off in the woods, but someone's clearly making their way. So the Queen of Cups comes out. Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Queen of Cups is divination in this particular tarot set. Queen of Cups is unconditional love. It's also my clue card for the Divine Feminine. There's this energy of like wanting to be reckless. That's the Knight of Wands. It's almost like you feel put off in some type of way. I don't know if it's because someone comes to you or to your home, like to your area. But definitely coming to give you some type of information that you don't have. Queen of Pentacles comes out. And it could have something to do with your finances because Queen of Pentacles is about resources, right? So Spirit says surrender. Ace of Pentacles is here. So it's like it's not that if you want a new beginning, you do want the new beginning. It's like you've been fighting for the new beginning. But see how the pentacle is kind of like tied up in all of those like thorns and weeds. And yeah, so it's like this person comes to give you some type of information, big confirmation, because we have Eight of Wands, which is quick information. It could definitely bring some type of sudden changes. It could actually give you some of your power back in some shape, way, form, or fashion. Maybe because of the reflection or self-reflection, right? And we have a Tower card coming out. A Tower card, again, self-reflection. Five of Cups is on the bottom, but it's in reverse. So, Sagittarius, I feel like Five of Cups in reverse could be saying, like, again, someone from your past or someone who's coming to speak to you about something that you've lost. What is happening right now? But that's how it's coming out. And I feel like you're going to be able to see like why you had to fight so hard for this new beginning. But it all is going to lie in the message. And I see like the person's coming to deliver the message. The Tower is Mars, Aries, Pluto, Scorpio. It's also like shocking transformation. And the butterflies are sticking out to me, and the surrender card. It's almost like some stubbornness on Sagittarius' part has like held you back in some way. All right, so we have the Stag card come out. It says trust and thrive. And we have the Snake card, shed old skin. That's going to be the guidance right there. All right, Sagittarius, Moonology to close it out. Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node. What do you need to release? It's the waning moon. And don't let pride get in your way. It's full moon in Leo. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Hope that was helpful. Who was it asked me the other day if I was a fortune teller? You remember? I don't know. There's something about Star Lova, welcome. There's something about those fire signs that are like, I don't know. I feel like for the most part, the readings are like confirmation. It's something that's like already happened or it's super close. You feel it like almost here. I don't know. It's just something weird about the fire signs. Somebody Weaver. Okay. It's time for Cancer. Let's do 4150. All right, Cancer, this is for July 27th through August 2nd. Guys, we're going to do August transits next week, Tuesday. Sometime next week, probably Wednesday. Probably Wednesday during the day. I will do the August twin flame energy update. Let's see. I think that's all I had planned. Okay, watch out for the camera because I just felt that pause, like take a moment to take a breath. And last time that happened, the battery died. But it's charging, so we should be okay. Maybe Cancer, you just need to pause and take a breath, but that's kind of the energy that I just experienced as I was getting ready. All right, narrow pathway, look at that. Tread thoughtfully is the energy of the week. First light, beginning a new cycle is on the bottom. I do feel like there is some type of new start happening for Cancer, some type of new beginning. Really, it's happening for everyone. It's this Leo new moon that we're experiencing like today, right now, right? But it's like for the rest of the year. So it's like the second half of the year, I guess, type of energy. But there's something Cancer about needing to take a breath. I almost feel a little short of breath, but I mean, it just could be my nerves. Narrow pathway shows that old rickety bridge that I don't like. You know those old wooden bridges, rope bridges that if people jump on, it would shake and make you feel like you were gonna, lose your stomach, right? So you could be doing something where you feel nervous. Someone could be jumping on the bridge on purpose, right? Sometimes fear is good though. I feel like it keeps me in line. All right, release is here. So challenge or obstacle is needing to let something go. It's interesting. She's got antlers. It could be something that's Capricornish-y. I just made that word up. Lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. You have peace. Outcome, you have freedom. Healing is on the bottom. Okay, I got it. So, very possible this week, July 27th through August 2nd, you get some opportunity to let something go, release something once and for all type of energy. It could be a person, it could be something karmic, it could be something that, it could just be a belief system, but it's something that maybe causes you to have anxiety or fear. And I'm getting that energy of like your body signals you, right? Like your body tells you when someone, I don't know, like makes you feel a certain type of way. Not too long ago, I was talking about how I had painted my nails. Do you guys remember that? I was so excited I had painted my own nails because I hadn't painted my nails in like over a year. I've decided it takes a long time, guys. But you know what I mean? Like my hands stopped shaking, and that was really significant for me in my journey. And I feel like for the last so many years, my hands, and I'm not saying that they hadn't shook before or that this was the only time this has happened. It just feels like over time, I guess, like over time, trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I would shake. And when I would get like super anxious or super nervous or super worried about something, I would shake. And I would always feel like it was internal. And it was like it would build till it got so bad that I couldn't hide it. I couldn't hold it. Like it would do it on the outside and then people saw, you know what I mean? um, but yeah, I feel like there's something that maybe it's a trigger. Maybe it's a person that like triggers you, or causes some type of fear or doubt, worry. Like I said, I feel like you're going to get an opportunity, Cancer, to deal with that energy, maybe to face it once and for all type of thing. I do feel that you are going to need, like, there was this pause before the reading. So it was like, you know, stop, take a breath, maybe don't respond or reply quickly, you know, take time to think about your choice, like what it is you want to do or what it is you want to say or how it is you want to release something, right? Because that is the challenge or obstacle. The peace card is lesson learned. So it's like, this is what's going to help you with your challenge or obstacle. So it's like right now, you know that you need to keep the peace. Again, with the throat chakra. I do see the child, the lamb. So there is this energy of like, there's someone innocent here. Like there's someone that, um, it's going to be a child. And then freedom is the outcome. So it's almost like if you tread thoughtfully, if you think something through without just like reacting to something, if you release something properly, not only can you find peace, you could bring peace onto others as well. I do feel that you gain some type of freedom from the situation. And I do feel that it brings healing and maybe brings healing to more than just you. Can't pronounce that, Diana. What's it say? Wiggly, wiggly, woogly, woogly, woogity, woogity. I seen one not too long ago. In the last 5 years. It was probably like 5 years ago. All right, let's look at tread thoughtfully, Cancer. Why are you needing to tread thoughtfully this week? So we have the Page of Wands coming out. Page of Wands in Triple Goddess Tarot says things are about to get messy. Like, expect them to get messy. The Release card, we have Ace of Cups, but Ace of Cups was trying to come out in reverse. So it's this energy of maintain. You could feel like there's this overwhelming or like overflow of emotion, and you'll need to be like in control of your emotions. It's possible that Spirit is saying don't let your emotions cause you to react in a messy way. Queen of Swords is here. Queen of Swords is about speaking your truth. It is about having, it feels like there's a line in the sand type of energy here. And the Freedom card is the outcome. We have Two of Wands coming out in reverse. Two of Wands says you don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait anymore. Like, you're free. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy on the bottom. Cancer, you're going to have to let something go that is causing you a lot of emotion. I feel like you're going to have some type of freedom, but you're still not going to be able to run from something or someone. And I think it's possible that it is a messy situation. The Eagle card comes out, see from a higher perspective. The Trader card comes out, exchange energy to create abundance. And the Mountains card on the bottom, stand your ground. Moonology to close it out for Cancer. Just want to say, like, it's not going to be, there's something about the birds. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. There's some twin flame energy. Prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. And expect powerful changes. New moon eclipse. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave that right there. Cancer. I'm going to leave it right there. I don't know. That one was weird too. To have this weird situation, like with a child, in my own journey. I don't talk about it often because I don't know how to talk about it. I mean, have you ever been with someone or dated someone that had children and then you stop dating that person? Like, what happens? Like, what if that person is like not healthy for you to be around. What if that person causes you to have anxiety or fear? Like, what if you don't feel safe? Starlova says, yes, it sucks. Yeah, yeah. I'm turning them upside right because it's getting on my nerves. I feel like the idea or like the best thing to do would be what would be in the best interest of the child, right? Like that would be, one would think. All right, it's time for Scorpio. It's definitely a situation that I feel super stuck. Don't know like which way to go next. Super guilty a lot, pretty regularly. Um, and I'm an Aries, right? Like I don't want to be wrong. But this is one of those things where it's like I don't want to be wrong for a lot of different reasons, right? Like I'll tell you one thing I know. If you don't put yourself in the situation doesn't happen. This is not this is not the first time. This happened to me in my awakening, like in that shit. He had a child. And I don't know why. Like I swear I had three boys. Um if I could go back and do it over, I definitely would, and I would do it completely different. But I wasn't really like a kid person. Um yeah, but it's weird. It's like, I mean, animals are the same way. It's like I wasn't really an animal person either. And I don't know. It's like other people's kids. And it's weird to be like, I'm married for 10 years or 15 years. How long was I married? 18 years. I don't know. A long, long time. We were together like 18 years, I want to say. Um, and only have your children, right? Like it's just you and your husband and just your children. And then to like be out in the world experiencing other relationships and they have children. And you have like no say or no, nothing. Jenna says, I miss my twin flame star. The interesting part is he was 4. He was 4 years old when I met him. He was 8 years old when they took him away. That was a long time ago, so he's, almost grown now. I of course, don't I just hide over here in my little area of the woods. But from time to time, like I may see him at a grocery store, at a restaurant. It's awful. I don't know what to say. It sucks. It's awful. And she was 4. She was the same age, 4 and 9. It's a really significant age. And it's interesting because people don't think about that part. I mean, I'm sure they think about it. I guess we just don't talk about it. But it's awful. It's awful. And I really won't. Like I won't put myself in that situation. I honestly don't feel like my heart has that much space left. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, I'm good. It's weird because it's like I struggled to come to Williams and to stay here and to be here. And it's like I feel the safest now. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel super safe here. You know what I mean? Like I'm not scared here. I don't shake. I don't know. It's just my son and his wife and their child, and I don't have to worry about anyone else or all right, time for Scorpio. Oh yes. 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 So that's what I was saying. Like, you ever date somebody and then you're not dating that person anymore, they kind of take their kids with them. It's kind of how it goes, and I don't know. It sucks. And 4 to 8, 4 to 9, 4 to 10. It's like it's a certain time, like when they're growing and becoming like who they're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. And in the first situation, like I really didn't have a choice. There was no like option. It wasn't like I said, "Oh, I don't ever want to see him again." Um, in the second incident or situation or whatever, I have to make that decision. Like, I have to say, I'm just not going to do this for everyone's well-being. And I don't realize, like, I don't know, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Am I being selfish? Am I like taking the easy route? I don't know. What I do know, like I said earlier, if you don't put yourself in the situation won't happen. So I just refuse. Yes. Diana said I had that when my son stopped seeing someone after a few years and the kids were gone. Yes. Same thing. Yes. Yes. And it's like, oh my God, like I can't, that is worse. That is worse to me than the relationship being, you know what I'm saying? Like it is challenging. And then I feel like, I don't know, how do you, like come into someone's life at that age and then leave, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. And I feel like I've asked everybody I know, right? Um, it's like I've wanted everybody's opinion, and it's like everybody has a different, one says this, one says that. It's really, I don't know, everybody has a different opinion. And all I know is that I tried to do something for a long time, and I honestly believe that the reason I tried as hard as I did or as long as I did is because of children, right? But it's like if I couldn't figure it out and I couldn't get it to work, then in my mind it just seems like, I don't know, the right thing to do or the healthy thing to do or the better thing to do. You know what happens to me is some little like flippant statement, some little like somebody could say something and it'll just like stick in my head. You know what I'm trying to say? And then I'll just sit there and pick it apart for however long until it's definitely that. Um, both, both. The first time it was Dina, and the second time it was someone that I just felt a really strong connection with. All right, I'm gonna stop talking because like we're at 109. So let's do 109.11 for Scorpio. And I don't know why we had to talk about all that stuff with the children, so that's pretty interesting. Um, so I don't know, Scorpio, maybe your reading is gonna have something to do with children, right? So this is the week of July 27th through August 2nd. So it's really supposed to be about singles. It's really supposed to be about like the universe kind of putting the spotlight on the singles, especially if you're out there and you're looking for a relationship. Um, Venus is moving into Cancer. I don't know. I feel like the astrology, it has nothing to do with the astrology for Scorpio. All right, let's just get energy of the week. Watching the clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Something could be going very quickly, and Spirit's just saying, like, go with the flow, take it easy. Challenge your obstacle. We have innocence and thought. Innocence does show the children. I'm just like waiting for Spirit to give me confirmation of what all we were talking about, right? So you could be thinking about children. This could be in your challenge or obstacle. You could be worried about something about children. The in the flow, everything is smooth sailing is a card that says like everything that's happening is supposed to be happening right now. So if you're dealing with anything that has to do with children, if you're like worried about something, it's in your thoughts, in your headspace. Then Spirit's just saying like, lie back, rest, relax, don't overthink it, don't over stress. We have listening coming out for your lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. That could be like listen for spiritual guidance. That could be saying that Spirit's asking you to do more listening than talking. That's way too many. Wisdom and patience are going to come out for the outcome. Celebration is on the bottom. I think it does. It does have some. There's two pictures with children. But I'm not getting like this isn't like baby children. This is like maybe you have like teenage children. It's almost this energy like you're over worried about something. And I feel like wisdom and patience coming out for the outcome. So it's like whatever you're worried about, either you're overthinking. Okay, it's so specific. And Sandra is our resident Scorpio. So you're going to have to tell us, Sandra. Okay, it's so specific. Ready? I'm just going to spit it out. Someone could have like a teenage child that they're worried about them like losing their innocence. I don't know what this means. Like this could be like a relationship thing. This could be like a drinking thing. This could be like I don't know, something like this, right? And it's like you're over worried about something and you're like this could be a parent that's like, did I tell them enough? Did I give them enough information? Did I teach my child enough to like make the right choices and do the right thing, not lose their innocence, something like this, right? So lesson learned for this Scorpio is to be, instead of like preaching at the choir type of energy, like instead I'm seeing this like Scorpio that's like always got their mouth open telling their kids something. And it's like instead of doing that, this time Spirit's asking you just to listen to them, like have faith, believe in something like that, because the outcome is wisdom. So the outcome is like, you know, all parties involved do gain some type of wisdom. The patience card is here as well. So it's almost like this is not whatever this lesson is for Scorpio. These readings are so weird this week. Like I cannot figure it out. Like there's something so different about them. But anyway, um it's like whatever this wisdom is that's being gained by Scorpio with their children, family, someone who depends on them, something. um it's like it's going to be challenging. It's hard to get to that wisdom. It's not something that just like happens overnight, so you're going to have to be patient. But it's almost like Spirit's asking you to like allow somebody to learn something. Don't like step in. And I seen the parent that was like in the face arguing and, you know, whatever. that's not going to be helpful either. It's almost like be patient, be confident that you've done enough or taught them enough, right? That they can make proper choices. Like that's definitely the energy I'm getting here. And you could feel like whatever this is, it's like it's moving too quickly for you. It's going too fast. And that's the card in the flow. So it's like Spirit was saying, like everything is happening when it's supposed to, how it's supposed to, all of that stuff. I don't know. It really didn't have anything, I feel like, to do with the astrology. And I felt that. I was like, it may not have anything to do with the astrology for Scorpio this week. That means that Scorpio is committed to something, right? Themselves, maybe. Eight of Pentacles comes out, focus, dedication. The Queen of Cups comes out, unconditional love. So more confirmation that's going to have something to do with the child. The listening card, the 2 comes out. The JR always sticks out to me on that rock. Your child could be a junior, but maybe you see yourself in your child, something like that. But the idea here with this card is that you have a choice. Like you could keep doing it the way you've been doing it, which I feel is like in your face. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to tell you what it is that you're doing wrong or how I think you should do it. And I think that then the other option, like the wisdom, because everybody's getting wisdom this week. It's like Scorpio's getting wisdom. Whoever this is that you're dealing with is getting wisdom, right? So it's like you have to choose to do it a different way. You have to choose, like maybe just to believe that they have the competency to make the right choices. And I feel like they do because Spirit's asking you to be patient. Spirit's saying, hey, lie back, rest, and relax. There's nothing for you to be stressed and worried about, right? We have the Queen of Swords coming out. Queen of Swords is about having healthy boundaries. So it maybe could be about like respecting someone's boundaries. 5 of Wands is on the bottom, so it does say that it's challenging. I don't know. This could be your children. This could be someone else's children. This could be like children around you, but it's definitely like there's children. There's young people, and you're praying that they make the right decision. All right, Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. Shalom Master, be graceful in movement and action. So more confirmation that Spirit's asking you just to be patient and listen. This is one of the most interesting Scorpio readings I think I've ever done. It's time to release negativity. It's full moon in Scorpio. And emotions are running high. It's the super moon. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. That one was so interesting. And I feel like super specific. Sandra says, ever since my friend passed, suddenly I've been curious if they are ready for this world without me in it, if something happened to me. I raised my children with the concept that something would happen to me. I think by 32, I don't know, somewhere in my early 30s, both my parents were gone. My mom was only 53. So I would have been 33. I definitely felt like it was just me and my husband. We had some family support, but it was very minimal. And then what was interesting is when I realized that parenting didn't stop at 18. Like when I realized that it's funny because like when they're in your home and you're responsible for them, I don't know, it just seemed like I kept waiting for them to like grow up and they would be responsible for themselves like when they went out into the world, and then I wouldn't have to worry so much. Like I thought that was the thought concept, right? That when they went out to the world and they were responsible for themselves, then I wouldn't worry so much. And that was like the silliest thing. You know what I mean? Like that's not how it works at all. Um, the interesting part is that I raised three very strong and independent boys. Like none of them are moving in with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving in with them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like um I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm a burden or like a nuisance or like I don't know. I need to get my shit together. um I'm proud of that though. Like I'm proud of the fact that like if the shit hits the fan, I know that like my three boys are gonna be okay, right? But I don't think that anybody losing a parent, like if you've lost a parent, you know. I don't think that regardless of how strong or independent or on your own or you don't need anybody or any of that, like it doesn't really matter. When you lose your parents, there's something about that loss that it's different than any other loss. It's like I don't know what the fancy word is that's in my head and I can't seem to make it from brain to mouth. Fundamental, I don't think that's it either, but it's like it is. It's like part of your foundation is gone, right? Like part of who you are is gone. And another thing is, like you said something about recently when you lost your friend, it made you have these thoughts, right? When I don't know necessarily about my dad because that was a whole different situation, but like with my mom, suddenly, like before my mom passed, I was invincible. Like I never thought about that's not true. I had my wisdom teeth taken out and I almost died. But that was right before she died. But you know what I'm saying? Like in my late teens and my early 20s, I was invincible. I was doing shit that was like crazy, unheard of. Um, didn't have any business doing, you know what I'm saying? And just thought that I was gonna live forever. It really wasn't until my mom died that I was like, oh shit, we die? What? you know, you know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. Like it doesn't matter how strong we build, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't matter how you raise your children to be strong, independent, whatever. When when it's your time to transcend into another lifetime, right? I feel like it's a shake of the foundation regardless. And even like I've seen kids that like weren't even really close to their parents, and then their parent passed away and it shaped their whole world, right? Like it doesn't really matter if the relationship is strong or if it's you know, injured, if it's damaged, it doesn't matter. Like there's something about the loss of your parents that is just significant, life-changing. So I thought same thing. I thought like, oh, I made them strong. They're going to be okay. They can handle life, you know, without me. And they can. They can. But I think now it's interesting because it's like when you're raising them, you're just trying to keep them alive, right? Like it's a physical thing. Now I'm just trying to make sure they're, you know, are you emotionally capable, strong enough, resilient, right? Physically, I already know. All right, Pisces, we're going to get to it. Pisces 125.55. All right, so this is July 27th through August 2nd. I think it's pretty significant that Scorpio energy. I just felt like the astrology really wasn't picking it up, really wasn't taking anything in. Fire signs, I feel like it was definitely some Mercury retrograde energy, people from the past returning type of thing. But for water signs, it almost felt like it's in a very present, in the present. It's very like something, I don't know, big or emotional is happening. Not surprising, emotional with the water signs, right? But it doesn't seem to be impacted by the astrology. I know Venus is moving into Cancer, so I mean that is kind of an emotional energy. But Venus moving into Cancer and the Sun conjunct Mercury and Leo, um, it kind of gives it a boost or like a celebratory type of energy. So not necessarily, you know, like what we've been feeling for Cancer and Scorpio. Grounding comes out, go deep, explore your roots, choosing your path, all is possible is on the bottom. Go deep, explore your roots. There's something about her sitting out by the tree, out by the water, out in nature. All right, challenge your obstacle, celebration, which is, I just said, what did I say that for? Adventure is lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, and nature. It's so weird. It's like all the words I just said are coming out. Healing is on the bottom. I don't think that grounding is go outside and hug a tree. I mean, Pisces, it's possible that Spirit's saying spend some time in nature. Very possible, right? But I think it's more about implementing something, integrating something. Your challenge or obstacle is like to pat yourself on the back, to celebrate how far you've come. Lesson learned is the adventure card. I think you're actually going somewhere, Pisces. Maybe you didn't like foresee it. Maybe you didn't think you would have to go. Um, it's definitely got something to do with like traveling. She's riding on the wings of a butterfly. It's like some type of transformation. Something's taking off. Nature is going to be this grounding energy. That's what I was going to say. It's not necessarily about going outside to hug a tree. Definitely, if you need to. But could just be saying, like, start implementing what you've learned. Like, something could be happening, Pisces, and you've been learning some stuff. And it's like now you actually have to start using the stuff that you've been learning. All right, Three of Pentacles is here. Three of Pentacles is teamwork, partnership. It's people who work together. There's something here about like the missing piece, or piece is missing. Celebration. We have Knight of Swords. So there is some type of like breaking free from something, finding freedom, finding clarity. It is communicating with someone about freedom and liberation, but it's in your challenges or obstacles. So it's like you're not really seeing it as a, you're not seeing it as like, yay, freedom. You're seeing it like, oh no, I'm not ready. Something like that. All right, adventure, lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, Eight of Wands. It just says that it happens suddenly, very quickly. You could receive some type of information or a message and then sudden changes. And we have Three of Swords coming out. So Pisces, I do feel Nine of Cups is on the bottom. I heard the word trophies when I turned that over. I'm not really sure why. But I mean, she's kind of like cleaning, shining the cups, and they are behind a glass, like you would put a trophy. But Nine of Cups is like divine wishes being granted. Somebody could have wished for something, and it's like now your dream, your wish comes true. It's a little bit more challenging than you probably expected it to be. It's maybe not exactly what you wanted, but it's like it's what's needed in order to heal something, in order to like find the missing piece type of energy. For some of you, this could have something to do with a written letter. There's a written letter, on two different cards, pretty significant. And again, it could be like the missing piece, like some piece of information that you've been waiting to find. Three of Swords is a card that represents healing. All right, High Priestess, intend and create comes out. Protection, Guardian, drop your shields comes out. Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within is on the bottom. The High Priest, intend and create, is giving me this energy of like clean slate. It's also giving me an energy of like elevated power, spiritual power. But it's also giving this like clean slate. You can create whatever it is you want at this time. Protection, Guardian, drop your shields. I don't think that Spirit's actually asking you to drop your shields. I feel like you're actually protecting yourself exactly how you're supposed to. But there's this energy of like feeling like, how much more can this person do? And it's almost like Spirit wants you to know that like this is it. There's not, like, I'm seeing something about the hand. Um, it could be a financial situation. Surrender to the divine, the full moon comes out. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. You definitely could be dealing with a Virgo. I'm going to leave it right there, Pisces. I hope that was helpful. All right, so we have Earth signs next: Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Tanda says we're going to have a code word. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the readings tonight. I definitely feel like there's something unusual. It feels like I'm able to take a little bit more of a peek than usual. It seems like they are much more, you can see it. I can see it. With the Pisces, like that's something financial. Someone's going to come at them, or something's going to come at them in a financial manner. And it may cause some type of like challenge or stress. But Spirit's like, you're highly protected, so there's really nothing to fear. But it could cause Pisces some type of anxiety for sure. Pisces is my ninth house, so I'm sitting here trying to like rack my brain and figure out like what could that be. And for ninth house, it doesn't necessarily like, it doesn't have to be financial. It could be like more earthly or material, right? All right, let's timestamp Taurus. Let's do 137:41. All right, Taurus. So this is going to be for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. So biggest cosmic influence is going to be the Sun and Mercury kissing up in the cosmos, and Venus is also moving into Cancer, and that really gave me this energy of spotlight on the singles, right? It's kind of making it easier to be more flirtatious, more talkative, more heart chakra awakening type of energy. And I feel like we're just now getting to the readings where the astrology is going to come into play. So weird. So with the fire signs, it was like Mercury retrograde energy, which really, I mean, I guess it is happening right now. So that is some astrology, I guess. And it was really just like, the past returning for closure. And then you have the water signs, super emotional. I got through without crying. I can't believe it. All three of them. Um, Cancer, something about children. Scorpio, something about children. Pisces, again, there were children with Pisces, but it was more of like a family financial situation. And now here we are with Taurus. So let's see if the singles comes out with Taurus energy. Mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. Gates of triumph, success expands in your life. All right, Taurus, other than you're a healer, that doesn't tell me a whole lot. You could have spent some time on your own, taking care of you. Maybe you feel like you're experiencing spiritual awakening and you're not even like out here looking, like I'm not out here actively looking for a relationship. All right, challenge or obstacle. There's that playfulness energy I just mentioned. I feel like I'm saying the words and then Spirit's giving me the cards that have the same words, right? Protection is here under a lesson learned. And shadow self is on the outcome. So I do feel like you did spend some time on your own. Trust is on the bottom. This is super easy. So here you go, Taurus. Ready? This is the single. Who's the single Taurus? That's what I want to know. Taurus is my 11th house, community, friends. So it says y'all, it's you guys. But anyway, so this is the energy that I've been sensing is you meet someone new, right? You're in this flirtatious type of energy. You could be definitely a little guarded, right? I do feel that I'm talking to a Taurus who spent some time working on your inner self, healing your inner child, doing some shadow work, right? Integration, implementing what you've learned in your spiritual awakening in your 3D physical life, right? And now that this energy, this playfulness energy has come in, and it isn't your challenges or obstacle, because either one, you're having a hard time being playful towards them, or you're having a hard time like trusting that someone, or just trusting someone in general, right? Especially if you've went through like some deep inner healing, right? All right, let's look at it. Mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. Eight of Pentacles comes out. This could have been a work situation. Playfulness is here. We have Two of Cups, so big confirmation. Look how Spirit loves me. You guys see that? So I said that this is like someone comes into your environment. There's a little flirtatious energy, right? Two of Cups comes out for big confirmation, romance. Look at the snake. See the snake slithering away. I feel like Taurus, someone hurt you, right? Someone hurt you. That's why you went through this healing. That's why you went through this spiritual awakening. That's why you had to go through shadow work and shadow self and shadow healing and implementation, right? And it's like now you could be fearful that everyone has this energy, or that everyone is going to be like a snake in some way. But here's what I'm going to say. If you've done your shadow work, Taurus, then you can spot them, right? You can spot them a mile away. I honestly feel that shadow work, um, Kundalini, um, all of that energy is what helps me like be able to see. I don't want to say see through people, because people lie. Humans are deceiving. Oh my gosh, they're just liars. They're liars. And some of us, like some people, and I say us because I wore a mask too, so I completely get it. Some of us have really learned how to put on that smiley face and kind of like pretend like everything is okay. But I feel like there's people that do that to like cover their pain. There's those type of people, right? And then there's people that put that smile on to like cover up their deception, like what it is that they want to do, or like what it is they're trying to get from you, or you know what I'm trying to say. So I feel like you probably dealt with someone that maybe had a really nice smile, right? But it was more about like what harm they could cause, or what chaos they could bring to your world. And it's possible that you're questioning everybody at this point now. Spirit wants you to know that you're highly protected. There's something about the two swans sticking out to me. I'm clearly talking to someone that's on the twin flame journey, right? Most of you are. You wouldn't be like watching my specific type of spiritual awakening. And I mean, here's more confirmation with the Ace of Wands, which is, again, fate, destiny. It is new passionate action, which I just heard. It's like you can take new passionate action because you're highly protected. There's definitely something with the throat chakra tonight as well. It's like someone wants to communicate, but like either doesn't want to say it or doesn't want me to say it. I don't know. Either way, highly protected. You're highly protected because you're following Spirit's will, right? And then shadow self, we have Knight of Swords. So again, another clue card, because Knight of Swords is like you broke free from something. So I do feel that I'm talking to someone having spiritual awakening, broke free from something maybe karmic, unhealthy, feel like you're nervous or scared that everyone is going to have that type of energy. Um, Spirit wanting you to know that you're highly protected. And it's funny because when I was talking about this energy, I was talking about Seven of Wands on the bottom, again, protected, again, the child sticking out to me. But I was talking about this energy like the Spirit is going to bring people into our environment or like to come into our life, into our journey, and everyone is going to have a purpose. There's going to be a reason. So like we shouldn't be like shutting the door or shutting people out or like not being open to new opportunities because of something that happened to us in our past, right? Like whoever Spirit puts in our path, there's going to be something from them. And I'm not saying that we're supposed to be marrying every person that Spirit puts in our path. Sometimes people come in our path, it's for a very short period of time. And so we can learn a very, quick lesson and move on. I think that's really most people most of the time. And then we just hold on to them or cling on to them and try to make it more than it was ever, intended to be. I think in this case for Taurus, you're fearful. It's like you've sensed this energy before and you don't want it to turn out the same way it did before. Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. So the protective energy popping out a lot. And I do get this feeling like Spirit saying you're highly protected. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. It's the Lady card. On the bottom, you have the Traveler. Move in a new direction. All right, Moonology to close it out. So, I mean, Taurus, is pretty easy. If you've been spending a lot of time on your own, Spirit saying it's time to like get out, right? It's time to be more playful, maybe more flirtatious. If it's the opposite, if you're Taurus and you've been out there and you haven't been doing any shadow work and you've just been hanging out with, everybody, then the Spirit's saying, hey, it's time for you to take some time for yourself. But I think if you're watching me, you've been working on your shadow work, you've been healing, and you've been in this more secluded, protective energy. Show the world the real you. It's full moon in Aquarius. A time for healing, Bosmic moon, and luck is on your side. It's new moon in Sagittarius. The answers you need are coming. New moon in Gemini is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Guys, I know I forget to ask, but if the readings are pulling at your heartstrings, please tap that like button for me. All right, so I don't know for Taurus. It was like new love, but I almost sense for Taurus, like, it's like someone from the past could be trying to creep in here. But it's like Taurus has found new love. I don't know if like the person from the past is like trying to creep in for Taurus or if like Taurus is just stuck to the trauma of the past, which I really don't understand, especially if they've been doing the shadow work to heal that trauma. It's like they should be more open to new energy coming their way. I mean, I guess it's possible if it's twin flame energy, then you have, valid reason, right? All right, Virgo. Let's do 149.49. So Virgo, this is going to be for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. We do have all those planets retrograde, but we have the Sun and Mercury conjunction in Leo, and then we have Venus moving into Cancer. And I do feel like, Virgo, that Venus energy is what I'm seeing in my mind. I feel like that's the energy that's going to impact your week the most. So energy of the week for Virgo, discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Wandering path, enjoy the journey is on the bottom. Discovering truth is the card that says you want to go your own way, Virgo. Someone or other people are trying to manipulate or trying to push you in a different direction, and you're like, nope, I've already went that way. That doesn't work for me. I want to try something different. I want to go in a different way. Challenge or obstacle card, we have the beauty. Intention is lesson learned, and divine timing is here. I feel like this could all have something to do with self-care for Virgo. The trust card again on the bottom. The beauty card is what gave it away. So you could be having like challenge or obstacle is like you're having a hard time seeing the beauty of a situation. You're having a hard time seeing the beauty in yourself. You're having a hard time um, giving yourself love, self-care, nourishment. I feel like you have good intentions. I feel like people around you have good intentions. But it's this energy of like everything had to happen a certain way for a certain reason, and then we have divine timing as the outcome. So it's like if you feel, Virgo, like you've been stuck and you haven't been able to find some truth or figure out some truth, it's like this is the week and it had to happen this way. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles coming out. So it's about taking responsibility. This could have something to do with accountability as well. There could be others around you like making excuses. And you're like, you know what? I'm responsible for this and I'm just going to stand up and take responsibility. The beauty card, we have 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is like commitment, dedication, focus. Intention is here. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So big confirmation here is like the people had good intention, Virgo. They were just trying to help, right? 6 of Pentacles. Divine timing is here. 8 of Cups. So it's like now is the time. So now you're going to have to walk away from something that was very emotional. But again, nothing else left for you to do here. The journey continues for you. You still have to go find the 2 of Cups, soulmate energy, partnership energy. And very possible that you had to spend some time healing, doing something for yourself before you could do that. Very possible, Virgo, that people were trying to say like, nope, you're supposed to do it this way. Maybe trying to get you to meet someone, stay in a certain relationship, something like that. But it's like now you're finally able to walk away from something and walk towards that 2 of Cups energy. 7 of Pentacles on the bottom. So you have the you're almost there, you're almost there, and then you have the you're almost there. So very close to either some drastic change in your belief system or someone new coming into your environment, and not just any someone new, someone completely different than what you've dealt with before. Maybe someone who is a more masculine energy, someone who's a protector and a provider, right? King of Pentacles. Maybe someone who has accountability or takes responsibility, that type of energy. My north node is in Virgo. Do you hear me trying to manifest something? All right, shapeshifter is here. Transform and unveil your gifts. The she wolf is here. Unleash the wild within. And the moon card on the bottom. Take note of intuitive messages. All right, moonology to close it out for Virgo. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the north node. And take time to breathe out. It's the dismenting moon. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. Guys, if it was, make sure to tap that like button for me. Dan says, I'm not a Virgo, but I like that. I don't know. I feel like that was something to do with a relationship. And it was like either Virgo was staying in a relationship because they were told, like, hey, this is what we do, so this is what we're going to do, right? Or they were like told, you know, oh, you shouldn't be single, you should find somebody, you know what I mean? And it was like that Virgo needed time for, I don't know, whatever reason. And now they're ready, right? All right, now it's time for Capricorn, my absolute favorite, right? Capricorn is my seventh house. Seventh house. Genesis, Virgo rising resonates. I love it. Thank you. All right, here we go, Capricorn. Let's do 157.07. So the sevens are sticking out to me. Sevens are could be karmic energy. I heard the word discipline. Saturn is in Aries. Aries is the house of self. So Capricorn, you could feel like you are really focused on your self-discipline when it comes to putting yourself first, because Aries, the first house, the house of self, is very like not selfish, but it is selfish. It's like putting yourself first, understanding that you can't take care of anyone else until you take care of you first, that type of energy. So I feel like with Saturn and Aries right now, you may be feeling like this is helping you do that. This is helping you put yourself first. It could also have something to do with like helping you stay focused, committed. All right, energy of the week, July 27th through August 2nd. We have two cards came out. Impasse, reflect and redirect your energy, and distant thunder, clear the air. So you've been trying to do something a certain way over and over and over, and it's like you keep hitting your head on the brick wall, causing yourself to have the headache, right? So Spirit's saying, like, stop doing it this way. It's clearly not working. You're going to have to redirect your energy. What you're going to have to redirect your energy is the distant thunder, clear the air. Anytime you see clear the air, it's this energy of like something from your past, something that still has like a grip on you, a hold on you, for whatever reason that is. It could just have something to do with like forgiveness. Remember, forgiveness is for you, Capricorn, and not anyone else. Clear the air, though, almost gives me this sense like maybe there's something that you need to say. Maybe you need to offer someone an apology for something. There are like storms in the distance, so the storms could represent like arguments or battles, right? Regardless, you're going to have to do something a different way. You kept doing it this way, it's not working. And Spirit saying the only way you're going to get through this path or over this wall is going to be to clear the air. Begin now. Take your first step is on the bottom. Erica, welcome. All right, challenge or obstacle for Capricorn. Change is here. You're going through some type of change that's bringing a lot of wisdom, but it's almost like you're fearful of the change, Capricorn. This is new to you. It's not something you've had to experience before or for a long time. You could feel like you're being tested, like you're weathering the storm. Lesson learned to help you that challenge or obstacle. You have trust. So Spirit is just saying that trust that things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to. We have harmony coming out as the outcome. Kindred spirits on the bottom. I don't even remember seeing this card ever. That is so weird. Sandra gifted me the vintage wisdom oracle. I do not remember ever seeing that card in there. Kindred spirits. All right, I mean, I already got it. Okay, Capricorn, ready? You're trying to move on from something. You're trying to move forward down your path, but something keeps pulling you back. It's going to be that thing that the arguments or disruption or whatever that needs to be like cleared. Again, I don't know if you need to apologize to someone, if someone needs to apologize to you. It doesn't matter either way. Remember that forgiveness is like for you to help you clear your path so that you can move forward, right? I mean, kindred spirits definitely sticking out. So it's possible that you have some type of like soul connection, spiritual connection. Either way, there's been some type of change in this connection. You definitely could have gained a lot of wisdom from this connection, but you're experiencing the change, and it's like the change is something that's you've never experienced before. So nobody likes change, and you're fearful of it. So it's saying just trust that the process is going to turn out peaceful, right? Harmony was the outcome. Erica said, switching to YouTube. Let me know, Erica. Is the Facebook, was it working okay? Is sound, everything's okay over there? Vanessa is hanging out over there. I know she gets bored sometimes. Vanessa, you can hang out with us anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to stay on Facebook. Queen of Pentacles comes out. Again, something about responsibility. The bunny sticking out to me. Accountability. Learning something new. With the change card, we have Ace of Cups, which is like overflow of emotion. So whatever the change is, you've gained a lot of wisdom. I see the owl, but there's definitely this energy of like, it's caused some type of emotional disruption. With the trust card, we have Three of Cups coming out, soul tribe, soul family. Pretty interesting because we've seen kindred spirits on the bottom. Harmony is the outcome. A little bit of Libra energy here, Capricorn. And then we have Temperance coming out. Sagittarius energy, healing. It's healing. King of Cups is on the bottom. Capricorn, it's going to be really important the week of July 27th through August 2nd. That you are very responsible, in control of your emotions. I do feel that it is someone, again, from the past type of energy returning. It is this energy of needing to clear the air. And it is this energy of bringing healing and peace to the situation. King of Cups is my clue card for Divine Masculine. Same. But it's been like that for me all day. When the live started, it was both ears. Like I was really, and it was like this yesterday when I did the, what did I do yesterday? Have mercy. Oh, the Divine Feminine Celtic Cross. It was same way. It got really high pitched when it was time to do the live. All right, Capricorn, here's your guidance, angels and ancestors, again with the emotions. So it's going to be really important that you're in control of your emotions. Don't lash out. Don't be overly emotional. Don't let your emotions control your actions, right? Connect with your emotions is your guidance with the water guardian. White Witch, be the light is here. The Sun card, enjoy success and happiness is on the bottom. Sandra is Capricorn rising. Hold your vision. It's the fixed moon comes out and conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that reading was helpful. That's the earth signs, guys. So we are down to the air signs. Five of Pentacles just flipped out. So I feel like Capricorn, there's this stubborn energy coming out with Capricorn. There's this like heads bumping type of energy. I accidentally moved the camera. Sorry. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can see it in my own chart, in my own journey. But yeah, there's definitely like bumping heads, like stalemate type of energy. All right, Gemini, my second favorite. Gemini, let's do 20939. So this is going to be July 27th through August 2nd. Gemini, you have the Sun and Mercury conjunction this week. We also have Venus moving into Cancer. I think that's it. That's the energy that is sticking out for me for Gemini. Let's get energy of the week. So we have embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. We have finding sanctuaries on the bottom, opening to your spiritual source. This is energy about it's time to get excited for something. Something could be coming out of its like cocoon. All right, challenge or obstacle for Gemini. We have enchantment. Something seems magical or like too good to be true. Lesson learned. We have discernment. If it's too good, looks too good to be true, it probably is. And we have sanctuary coming out. That's interesting. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source was on the bottom. I feel like Gemini, you have a safe space. Like I found my safe space, and you maybe have to venture out for just had this huge yawn for whatever reason. And I feel like something is going to work out in your favor where you can spend some more time in your sanctuary, in your safe space. Sometimes when we see the embrace enthusiasm and shout to the heavens with happiness, Gemini, we're not really like, yay, right? We're not really shouting to the heavens. And Spirit's saying, like, this is how, like, this is the perspective that you need to have. So I don't know, let's say you, you know, you have a job and you work, 40 hours a week, but you would really rather work part-time. But for some reason you were been working full-time this whole time, right? Like maybe they just really needed you to work full-time. And now something happens with your company where they only need you part-time. And maybe you're upset about that because you got used to a full-time paycheck, right? But now they only need you part-time. And instead of like seeing it as, oh, I'm gonna miss out on this money, you could see it as, oh, now I get to be in my, sanctuary more, and that's what I wanted anyway, right? Like that's what I wanted to begin with. So it's like you get something you wanted, but in a way that you may not be real excited about to begin with. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. And the enchantment is in your challenge or obstacle because you feel like Spirit's not helping. Like it's like spiritual, like something magical isn't happening, right? That's why it's in your challenges or obstacle. And the discernment is in your lesson learned because Spirit wants you to see things from a different perspective. All right, embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. Look at that. We have 7 of swords coming out. Disbelief, distrust. Somebody's mad or like upset with something. There's definitely some darker energy coming off this card. But here's another thing. The 7 of swords is also a card that talks about leveling up. So it's like you could be angry about something, upset about something, not clear about something, but it's like either way, it's bringing you some type of benefit. It's benefiting you in some way. It's for the greater good in some way. You're just not able to see it. All right, enchantment in your challenges or obstacles. 2 cards wants to come out. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new start, new beginning, new offer, new job, more money. And then we have the Strength card coming out. So the Strength card is the healer card in Triple Goddess Tarot. Doesn't it look like she's healing the animal? Um, it's almost so weird. I just heard this weird message. I'm just going to spit it out. I heard, I'll give you the new start or the new beginning or the better offer when you heal the animal. I don't know what that means or like what the animal is, but it's the Strength card. So it's like having to dig deep, having to, it's the card that normally, like in Rider-Waite, she's got her hand in the lion's mouth, right? Having to face your fears. So it's like, I'll grant you this offer once you face the thing you fear the most. For discernment, we have 2 of Swords coming out. So you're like, I'm stuck. I don't know which way to go. I'm not sure what to do. And Spirit's just like saying something like, open your eyes. Discernment means that you have the information, you're not seeing it clearly. All right, Sanctuary. You need more time to yourself. Gemini, if you're struggling to hear Spirit, the easiest way to hear Spirit is to get quiet. We have Page of Cups coming out. Page of Cups says this is a slippery situation. 3 of Cups on the bottom. There could be too many people involved or too many people telling you what to do. All right, here's the guidance for Gemini. Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. Wise One, grow within your current circumstances or situation. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. All right, Moonology to close it out for Gemini. Believe in the impossible. This is my favorite. It's the blue moon. Adjustments are required. It's the 3rd quarter moon. And nothing will come of the situation void a course moon. This card comes out whenever we are overthinking. All right, Gemini, I hope that was helpful. It's weird with that card because it was this energy of like, be careful what you ask for or like what you wish for. It's like sometimes, I don't know, like let's say you ask Spirit, like, man, I wish I had more time to follow my purpose. You know what I mean? Something like that. And then all of a sudden your full-time job turns into part-time job, right? All right, Libra is next. Let's do 2/18/55. My pen keeps messing up. So it's like I'll say the time and then it takes me 10 seconds to write it. All right, Libra, this is going to be for July 27th through August 2nd. Venus. Venus rules Libra. Venus is moving into Cancer. This could be an emotional week for you. If you're a singles Libra, this could be an exciting week for you. All right, let's get energy of the week for Libra, July 27th through August 2nd. We have finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source, answering the call. The time is now. This is giving me like spiritual purpose type of energy. All right, Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Let's get challenge or obstacle for Libra. We have balance coming out. Libra is all about balance. Union is going to be your lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. And expression is going to be the outcome. Ancestors is on the bottom. We are using the angels and ancestors for guidance tonight as well, Libra. So I do feel like your ancestors are stepping in, maybe giving you some type of guidance. I feel like you're struggling to find the balance. Maybe you are trying to balance your own internal masculine and feminine energies. In other words, like maybe you're too much in your masculine and you're very worried about like protecting and providing for your family. Maybe you're too much in your feminine and you're overly emotional and feeling overwhelmed. It's like there needs to be a balance between those two energies. Guys, please remember we all have both of those energies within. If you're on the twin flame journey, this definitely could have something to do with like physical union as well, especially with expression as the outcome. I know I said physical union, but I mean, we see the clouds, the expression, finding the balance. This could be like finding the balance between the 3D and the 5D. I just heard this story. Okay, well, I heard this story previously, Libra, but I just heard it again, so I'm going to share it. I was reading a twin flame story where, see, there's lots of people that think that they're having this type of awakening, and then something happens to them, and they learn something, and they realize that they're not really having like this type of awakening. Maybe they're having a spiritual awakening, but it's not necessarily like twin flame spiritual awakening, right? Anyway, in this story that I heard, Libra, the person spent more time in separation than they did in physical union with this person. So they spent many, many years connecting with this person spiritually through the 5D. And that type of energy, right? And that was their reality for a very long time. And then they came into union in the physical. And when that happened, she realized that she had fell in love. And remember, twin flame is all about unconditional love, so it's not even about that. But in her mind, she always saw his higher self, his higher self in the 5D. So when they came into physical union in the 3D, there were so many different things that she had to learn and like get through or overcome because she was so used to his higher self energy, which is enlightenment, which is perfect, right? So the human, the ego, the mind, that's what makes us imperfect, right? So it was like when she came into union in the 3D, there was such a difference between, like her expectations, because she had only experienced this energy spiritually or higher self or in the 5D. So there's definitely giving me something about that here. So it's like maybe I'm talking to a Libra who has been in separation um, for a long time. Maybe I'm talking to a Libra who's never found their person as well. Like there's going to be somebody out there. But anyway, and it's like you've waited for this person for so long, that you've kind of like built up this like, I don't know, like a fantasy. It's not really a fantasy because it's their higher self, but it's like you've created this expectation that the higher self of this person is what you're going to interact with in the 3D. And that's not the case. You're going to interact with the human version, right? Now, I'm not saying that a person can't be awakened and they can't be, and tapped into their higher self and all of that. But it seems like with this energy of this person, Libra, it's like you've built up some type of fantasy, and then when the reality of the situation hits, it's different than what you had created, or it's not even created. So it's different than what you had experienced. All right, finding sanctuary, opening to your source. We have Queen of Swords coming out. Queen of Swords, again, drawing the line. Again, this energy of like having your walls up. Six of Cups is here. This is reunion energy, someone from your past. The Balance card is here. We have the Magician coming out. So it's like you don't know if you're coming or going. You don't know if this person's coming or going. You don't know if things are up or down. You don't know if it's like this person is like everything is up in the air with this person. There's not I don't know, like grounding. There's not stability with this energy. All right, with the Union card, this is lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have the Moon card. So illusions, things may not seem, like be what they seem. And let's talk about the Moon card, Libra, because I feel like it's possible that all of this energy is causing you, it's like it's giving you, you're taking a hit when it comes to like self-worth or how you see yourself. And I'm not talking about like the energy that you're portraying out to the people in the world, because I feel like you're portraying yourself as this Queen of Swords. Like, I'm really strong. I can take care of myself. This person's not coming back to my environment. If they do, I will flip these tables type of energy, right? But there's something you're fearing. And I think it's the union. Maybe it's like reunion. Maybe it's a cycle of going back to something. Maybe it's a feeling of like, if I'm not with this person, then I'm not whole, or there's something wrong with me if I'm not in a relationship, or it's something like this. And also there could be something in the way that you perceive yourself, Libra, because when she's looking in the mirror, she sees herself as old and frail, and it's like her hair is thin and gray, and she looks weak and small. But if you look at her on the outside of the mirror, she's strong and vital, and her hair is thick and luscious. And it's like there's this energy of like you're not seeing your true self. There's something about this energy that causes you to fear something and not see your own worth or your own value or your own capabilities. All right, for the expression card, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So it's this energy of be patient again. Again, it's this energy of you're almost there. We do have Page of Sword or Page of Pentacles on the bottom. So it's like starting something new, beginning a new journey, taking a different route. I don't know, Libra. There's this energy here of like someone hurt you, right? And it's like you're scared to move forward. You're questioning yourself. Maybe you're struggling to be patient with yourself. I think this week you're going to get an opportunity to express how you feel. And it's like something you've been wanting to say to this person for a long time. Again, super weird reading. Sage, be devoted and committed. Autumn, release the old and rest. I feel like that's the message. Guardian angel, you are not alone, is on the bottom. Like we've seen the ancestor card, so it's like you have passed on loved ones that are protecting you and guiding you and trying to help you, and maybe trying to show you how strong and vital you are. The answers you need are coming. It's full moon and Gemini, and you're very close to achieving your goals. It's the gibbous moon. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, we've made it. We've made it to the last one. I think I'm gonna stop saying that I'm gonna make these short and sweet, because it feels like every time I say that, these are super long. And I knew in that Aries, the very first one, because it's like time was missing. It was like, it felt like it was a very short reading. And then I went to do the timestamp and it was like 10 minutes long. And it was like, how could I have been talking for 10 minutes? How is that even possible? All right, Aquarius, let's do it. 2:30:33, because I seen it. I'm writing it down. I don't care what time that says. All right, Aquarius, this is going to be for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. I love all the threes. That's the first thing that's sticking out to me. We do have Mercury retrograde energy that's been topping off a lot, but we really have a conjunction with the sun, and I think that's really the more interesting. It's like a pop off in conversation, and then in a very passionate conversation at that. And then we have Venus moving into Cancer. So this is about deep spiritual relationships, emotions, that type of energy. All right, Aquarius, let's get energy of the week, July 27th through August 2nd. We have begin now, take your first step. So it's like she's standing there, she's waving at someone. Someone is fixing to start a new journey, taking a different path. Unknown territory, you're exactly where you need to be. So if you've been questioning something or like what's happening in your life, Spirit saying this is exactly the way it's supposed to happen. I'm still not sure if it's you going down this path, because this is Aquarius energy as well here with the unknown territory, but it's this energy of like stepping into the unknown, not being able to see what's coming. It's definitely something very, very new. All right, so we have gentleness in your challenge or obstacle. We have abundance is lesson learned. And then we have your ancestors coming out for the guidance. We also have the strength card. I'm going to take it. Truth is on the bottom. The truth card is sticking out to me as well. All right, so I do feel like it's you that's taking some type of action. This could be the first time you've taken this action or the first time you consider taking this action. I feel like gentleness is in your challenges or obstacle, Aquarius, because whatever is happening is not very gentle right now. It maybe even feels very aggressive in manner. Abundance is in your challenges or obstacles. I don't feel like it's about money or abundance coming in. I feel like it's saying like the more you focus on something, the more of that situation that you're going to get. And I think right now you're struggling to focus on anything else other than how challenging this particular first step is for you. I do feel that your ancestors are here to offer and provide some type of internal strength as you go through whatever it is that is happening. All right, begin now. Take your first step. Six of Swords, Spirit is guiding you to calmer waters. Gentleness is firm foundation, financial security, all that stuff. But again, it's this energy of like everything is destructive. It's not gentle at all, right? It's like it's very, the foundation is not firm, right? All right, abundance is here. Again, I don't feel like this has anything to do with money. I think it's like the more you focus on the destruction or the sadness or the how hard it is, it's like more of that comes, right? Three of Swords. So it's like the more you focus on it, the more you get. The more you heal that situation and focus on the fact that Spirit's guiding you to calmer waters, then like that's the more energy that you will receive. So we do have the opportunities card, the world card coming out. So ancestors and strength is saying that you're about to get new opportunities. Something could be happening again in your favor, and it's like you don't see it that way. You could feel it as it's challenging or it's hard, and Spirit saying this is going to be some type of new freedom for you as well. The Emperor is on the bottom. It's this energy of needing to take control and leadership. Capricorn energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Guidance for Aquarius, broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. The Sun card, enjoy success and happiness. And Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. All right, Moonology to close it out. There was something about the mirror and the truth card. See the two people? A personal issue reaches a resolution. It's full moon in Cancer. Don't let pride get in your way. It's full moon in Leo. And last one, your commitment is being tested. It's first quarter moon. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. That's it, guys. That's going to be all 12 signs for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. Wow, I know, right? This is like, I don't know, time is going super fast, but I feel like July had so many transits. The astrology has been so thick, but it really is just a build up for August. August is going to be quite exciting, to say the least, right? We will talk about the August transits this coming Tuesday, so make sure to join me for Love and Astrology on Tuesday night. We'll go over all of the August transits. I will most likely do our August twin flame current energy update on Wednesday sometime. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it during the day or in the evening time, but I'll schedule it sometime for this coming week. And then, of course, all 12 signs for that first week of August next Thursday. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you so very much. Remember, timestamps will be in the description box immediately following the live stream. So if you missed one or you want to go back and rewatch one, I know I have to sometimes. I try to make it as easy, cheesy as possible, right? Thank you, all my moderator ladies who came in and helped with timestamps. I definitely appreciate it very, very much. And I hope to see all of you guys next time. I'm always, always sending you love on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.